Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out this morning to support the Lupus Foundation of Northern California and the vital work this organization does to support lupus patients and their families. Before I tell you about my lupus journey, I want to personally thank Maggie, Lori, Tom, the board members, and the numerous wonderful volunteers without whom events the LFNC holds each year wouldn't happen. Thank you all so much. My name is James Siebenmorgen, and I am very humbled to be the honoree for this year's 29th annual Outrun Lupus 5K. My journey began back in the fall of 2004, when I began experiencing mild symptoms of fatigue, malaise, edema in my legs and feet, weight loss, some hair loss, and circulatory problems in my fingers. It came to a head in August 2005. The symptoms were getting worse and harder to deal with, so I went to my doctor, a man who had been my doctor since he stitched my chin up when I was 4 years old. He knew that if I was telling him something was wrong, there was something wrong. He did a full history of my symptoms, a physical exam, and ordered numerous blood tests. When I saw him to get the results, he informed me that he suspected I had lupus and referred me to a rheumatologist. That was on a Friday. The following Monday, while at work, I was experiencing very rapid and irregular heartbeat. So my coworkers called 911 and sent me off to the hospital. Over the following 3 weeks, it was a roller coaster ride of blood tests, diagnostic tests, discussions amongst my large team of physicians, mostly specialists, doctors scratching their heads, trying to determine a diagnosis, and very scary moments for me and my family. While in the hospital, I suffered a grand mal seizure, then a stroke, then another grand mal seizure, a serious bacterial infection, all causing my health to continue to spiral downhill. At one point, a doctor prepared my family for the worst and said, "She's dying and we don't know why." After more blood tests, MRIs, CT scans, and incredible hard work by my team of doctors and nurses, they concluded that my primary physician's suspicions were correct. The only logical diagnosis was lupus. They started me on a medication regimen, including prednisone, a med most of us are familiar with, but have a love-hate relationship with. Celsep, Keppra, and so many more that I can't even remember them all. The meds reduced my symptoms, and within a few days, my condition improved. I was released after nearly 3 weeks and went home to a completed, different, changed life. I was, however, in many senses, lucky. Most lupus patients experience years of horrible symptoms before they're diagnosed and are too often not believed when they tell their doctors something's wrong. My quick diagnosis meant in the beginning, I had to ask for help with regular daily activities, which both infuriated me and terrified me. I went to the hospital just taking Tylenol or Advil on occasion, but I left on 37 medications. Luckily, I'm down to just a handful right now, so I'm good with that. There were lots of tears at first, but I also had an odd sense of relief because now I knew the name of what I was fighting. It was in those early days that my sister Carol was researching lupus online and came across the LFNC. My first education class with the organization was life-changing. I realized I wasn't alone, and there were so many others fighting this same battle and so many people fighting alongside of us. That experience led my sister to join the board of directors of the LFNC in 2006, and she's still a board member today. I've had a few ups and downs over the years, suffered another flare in 2011, and have had bouts of fatigue on rare occasions, but for the most part, I'm lucky I can live a fairly normal life. Having a strong support system is vital to anyone living with a chronic disease, and I have a rock-solid support system of family and friends, some of who are here today. I would not be alive today if it weren't for my family, who have been by my side and in my corner since day one. I was rarely by myself at the hospital, and they were fighting for me when I couldn't fight for myself. They were my advocates. They were my guardians. They were my warriors. They wielded the swords and raised the shields to fight the battles when I couldn't even raise my arms. And when I need them, they're right by my side again. They are my strength. They are my rocks, and I love each and every one of them. Lupus research is vital to finding better treatments and hopefully one day a cure for this disease. Much of the research is funded by government grants. If you are an eligible voter or close to being eligible, I implore you, please register to vote and vote in every single election. Contact your local, state, and federal representatives to demand that they support lupus research funding. This disease affects people across all demographics. We all need to band together to fight as one united voice. Again, thank you so much for being here today, supporting the Lupus Foundation and the vital work that they provide. Have a wonderful day and a fantastic weekend.
Well, you know, I don't even have enough courage to take off my jacket. The amount of courage she has is remarkable. And